I am the CPS Punisher, and I stand before you today with a fierce urgency to address the dark realities surrounding Child Protective Services. I would like to let you know that Monday through Friday, I host a roundtable show at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, which is in the United States time zones. I say this only because we have teamed up with some very amazing allies across the Atlantic Ocean. They are true spectacles of word warriors standing shoulder to shoulder with us day and night. Speaking out against the injustices they are facing on their soil, they back us up on ours. We are now a worldwide fighters alliance ready to confront these challenges together. We do have the guts for boots on the ground, but right now we are amplifying our voices. We are putting the almighty pen to paper to create a bill that we must get in front of those seeking office in Congress this November. We need people to assist us in getting these documents to their respective persons for review. Sure, we are talking and raising awareness, but now we must take decisive action. Our kids are waiting far too long to be put back in the homes of their true biological, God-given parents.
In the heart of our great nation, where the strength of our communities is built upon the foundation of strong and loving families, an urgent crisis is unfolding. Child Protective Services, CPS, an institution designed to safeguard our most vulnerable, has in many cases betrayed its noble mission. Too often, families are torn apart not by neglect or abuse, but by systemic failures and corruption. We can no longer stand idly by as these injustices continue. We are here to give a voice to those who have been isolated, to shine a light on the corruption, and to rally our fellow citizens in this critical fight for justice. Every day, countless families are caught in a web of bureaucracy and abuse of power, their lives disrupted and their bonds shattered. Children, who should be nurtured and protected, are instead placed in situations that can be just as, if not more, harmful than the circumstances from which they were taken. Parents, often bewildered and powerless, face insurmountable odds as they fight to reunite America we believe in. We cannot allow these injustices to persist. Our mission is to educate, to inform, and to inspire action. We promise to bring you daily updates on CPS, exposing the truth and fighting for reform. We must remember that the future of our nation depends on the strength and unity of our families. By standing together, we can hold CPS accountable and ensure that it fulfills its true purpose, protecting children and preserving families. This is a fight we must not and will not lose. We are committed to saving our families and securing a brighter future for all. The road ahead is challenging, but with your support, we can make a difference. Together, we will bring hope to those who have lost it and ensure that justice prevails. Let us unite with unwavering resolve and a sense of patriotic duty to safeguard the integrity of our families and the future of our nation.
In the shadows of the night, we stand our ground. Whispers of the lost, their cries resound. The CPS Punisher with truth as our shield will fight for the children, their wounds revealed. The system spinning tales, painted lies on the walls. A child of many lost, will you heed the calls? Herbert's guiding light, Vinny sharp insight. Together we shine, bringing truth into the light. No more silence, we raise our voice. We're the warriors, standing strong, fighting for justice where we all belong. In a world that's lost its way, we won't let them win. Together.
Woo! What is up? CPS Victims Hunting Justice on Tuesday night. What is up? I am CPS Punisher. This is our show. This is our chat room right there. We got a lot to get over, get covered. We got Herbert with us tonight. Hey everybody. Kind of throwing the rocks down. What's up? This is Debbie Anderson. How are you? And of course, we do. All right. So we got Ashley in the back room. Get Herbert out here. This is our country, our stories are told. We're the warriors. Herbert.
Oh, how you doing?
How we doing, buddy?
Good. How you doing this evening?
Doing all right. Doing all right. You know, best we can do with the tools we've been given by God, right?
Yeah. I've been keeping track. I've been keeping track of the storm for my friends in Florida.
Oh yeah, they having a storm?
Yeah, it's gonna have a hurricane heading that way, coming off the Gulf
Oh yeah, that hurricane.
of Mexico, the Gulf Coast there. So I just been watching that.
Them. Hopefully they'll be all right. God bless
Yeah, it hasn't hit. It hasn't got there yet, but you know.
All right, good. Ashley, how you doing? Right. You got alien. Damn it, alien.
I'm always alien.
You're underwater.
Underwater. I'll sign back on.
There you go. That's better.
Oh, because I wasn't loud enough, maybe.
No, that's good now. You're good.
Yeah,
So,
same stuff, different toilet seat, you know.
Hello.
I guess we're gonna give a. I guess we'll do a update for you guys. First and foremost, Vinny has been. Vinny has left the building. So he has been. He has been gagged. So he's with us in spirit and all that sorts, but he has been gagged, so he can't come out and speak out any longer about his case and everything. But I'm sure it's just firing him up at home right now. But I bet you he's here with us in spirit for sure. I know that. I know of any doing that, not letting it out. You know, he's not taking this with his chin down, but he is taking it. And he's abiding by the rules. He don't want to get himself in any more trouble. So for a minute or two, he's gonna just well, he'll be back, you know. But we all got to just keep Vinny in our prayers and all that stuff. I know that you're worried about him too, tired soul in the lost world. Hello, Mr. Young, Miss Young, Mr. Young. How we doing tonight? Listen, what I want to talk to you guys about, I don't know if you guys caught the Tiff and the Punisher show, but for this show, for the rest of this show, if you hit the like button, share, subscribe, all of that stuff, I'm going to give you a free copy of this Void Ab Initio, this Void Ab Initio report that I have. And we will check this out here in a minute. I need to play you guys this video though. Hold on one second here. Let me pull this up before we get to this. I want to play you guys this video here. Hold on a minute.
Hello, Carrie. How are you?
Check this out here. Hold on. Where is it? I saw this video today and I was like, holy smokes, we gotta have this. Where is it here? Come on. Thought I had it saved right here.
M. Young, I hope you have your person anchor down, your second oldest anchor down, because the storm is going to be definitely heading in that direction. They should be experiencing some rain right now, but the actual storm hasn't hit yet.
Here is it.
I keep monitoring on my aviation chart. So I don't look at TV news, radio news. I literally watch what's going on an aviation chart.
Holly DHHS. All right. Okay, here we go. Where is it here? All right. Here we go.
Yeah, she's safe for now because she hasn't got any, the storm hasn't got there yet. She may be getting rain, but there's no real strong activity just yet.
Well, let's hope she stays safe because, yeah, it's really bad. My cousin lives out there and her place is completely washed away and everything's gone. So she's safe and her kids are safe. That's all that really matters. But it's heartbreaking. Everything they ever owned is gone now.
All right, you guys check this out.
South Carolina, right by, I forget the beach that's really popular out there.
Yeah. No, South Carolina this time around is not going to get hit.
Oh, that's good.
I don't believe so. I think it's mostly going to be the bulk of Florida, Daytona Beach.
Policy and implement those policies at the department. Have I got that right?
Correct.
So help me understand the administration's policy. Are you trying to stop illegal immigration anymore, or have you given up on that?
Sir, we are committed to enforcing the laws that Congress has enacted at the border. And as I noted in my testimony, we are expanding our use of expedited removal as we prepare for the end of Title 42, particularly for recidivist border crossers.
Okay, so that sounds like a yes. So that's a yes. You're still trying to stop illegal immigration? It's hard to tell, but you're telling me yes?
That is correct, sir.
Okay, so let's just talk about a few of your policies, since you're in charge of policy, and you can tell me which of these has been effective in stopping illegal immigration. Okay, ending construction of the border wall. Has that been effective in stopping illegal immigration?
Well, I would defer to my colleague from Customs and Border Protection, but my understanding is that barriers on the border serve to slow irregular migration, not stop irregular migration.
But so, okay, so you're saying that the border wall is not effective. So maybe we should just tear the whole thing down.
The border wall is effective in rerouting migration, and it is effective in slowing the pace at which migrants can cross the border, which is particularly important in urban and suburban settings. In rural areas, what we have found is it is still fairly easy for migrants to make holes in the walls.
So interesting. So stopping construction of it, though, hasn't slowed illegal immigration. How about terminating the Remain in Mexico policy, which you've tried to do? Has that stopped illegal immigration or slowed it?
Sir, as you know, we are in the process of re-implementing the MPP program as part of the
Yeah, because you're under court order to do so, but you've tried as a matter of policy to end it. So was that successful in slowing illegal immigration?
Sir, as our secretary noted in his prior testimony, his view is that the MPP program poses unjustifiable costs on migrants and illegally restricts their access to the asylum system.
Yeah, okay. How about ending our Safe Third agreements with Northern Triangle countries? Has that been successful in stopping or slowing illegal immigration?
Well, I would defer to my colleague from the State Department in terms of these international agreements, but only one of those agreements was even starting to be implemented prior to Title 42. And
have we seen a decrease in illegal immigration since you eliminated them?
Well, I think what you've seen, sir, is the impact of Title 42 on our border crossings.
Oh, okay. Since you mentioned Title 42, has the attempt to rescind Title 42, has that been successful in slowing illegal immigration?
Title 42, I think, has had a really interesting effect on migration in that, because of the number of repeat border crossers we see, it has actually inflated our numbers at the border. I think, what you've also seen
saying that the Title II
is an
restrictions
increase
have
in
increased
Mexican
illegal
migration
immigration? Are you saying that the Title 42 restrictions have increased illegal immigration? Is that your testimony?
I think that the data is clear that Senator Johnson showed earlier that once Title 42 restrictions were put in place, we've seen an actual increase in migration from Mexico in particular, and that's because of the lack of consequences.
So eliminating it will then, you think, decrease the amount of illegal immigration?
I think over time, once we start reimposing significant immigration consequences on people at the border through our use of expedited removal, particularly for single adults and particularly for those from Mexico, you're going to see a decrease over
Wow. That is news. That is news, ladies and gentlemen, that this administration's position, you still clearly want to rescind Title 42, and you think that rescinding it will decrease illegal immigration at the border. So let's just talk about the facts here. Last year alone, DHS experienced a record 1.7 million border crossings. More than 2 million unauthorized migrants crossed the southern border during the last calendar year. In FY22 to date, there have been 245,390 illegal crossings in just the Rio Grande Valley and 195,289 in Del Rio. The number of single adults crossing in these areas is up 75%. Why is it up? Because of all of the policies that we've just talked about. Your policies are single-handedly leading to an explosion of illegal immigration at the border, and yet you're sitting here and telling me that border walls have nothing to do with it, that Title 42 will lead to a decrease in illegal immigration, that eliminating the Safe Third agreements have nothing to do with this surge. Good heavens. This is just remarkable. All right, let me ask you something else. Last week, DHS released a memorandum that lays out your 6-part plan to address the current by the way, what would you call what's happening at the border? Is it a crisis?
I believe we're facing significant challenges at the border, sir.
Challenges. Is it a problem?
I think there are parts of the border where we have seen particularly problematic flows.
Problematic flows, parts of the border, but it's not a crisis.
It is a challenge, sir.
Okay. Let the record reflect that the witness does not think that this is a crisis. I'd hate to see what a crisis would be. I mean, who could possibly imagine? All right. I assume you played a role in drafting this plan. Let's look at some of the prongs of this plan. You want to bolster the capacity of non-governmental organizations to receive non-citizens after They've been processed by CBP and are awaiting the results of their immigration removal proceedings. You want to increase CBP processing efficiency in order to address overcrowding at Border Patrol stations. I have to be honest with you, as I look at this, it looks like an attempt to memorialize your efforts to help as many illegal immigrants get into the country as possible.
Sir, the third pillar of the plan is our efforts to impose consequences on those who try to enter the country.
Of which you have a demonstrated track record of doing precisely nothing of any consequence. You have presided over the most unbelievable explosion of illegality at the border in American history. And now what you're proposing looks like ways to turn this mass immigration into mass amnesty.
Sir, with all due respect, I think that Title 42 is not an immigration measure. It is a public health authority.
Well, you just told us a minute ago that withdrawing it would decrease illegal immigration. Look, with all due respect, nothing you have said here is remotely credible. If you think that withdrawing Title 42 will decrease illegal immigration, I mean, I invite you to have that discussion with the members of this committee, maybe particularly on the Democrat side. I think they'd be fascinated to hear that. I mean, believe me, I'll help them. I'm happy to talk about your testimony today. I'll be telling everybody about it. But you have single-handedly forced on this country a mass crisis that is endangering children, that is leading to an avalanche of drugs in my state, that is increasing criminality. And for you to sit here and tell me that eliminating Title 42 is a solution and that nothing you have done has had any consequence and that border walls aren't effective and that third safe agreements aren't effective and remain in Mexico isn't effective, frankly, sir, you have no credibility whatsoever, and neither does the administration that you work for. What you do have, though, is responsibility for everything that's happening at the border. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Woo! So that's what we need right there. That's the type of stuff we need. Everybody's talking about all that stuff at the borders, but what about the kids in the United States, right? What about all the stuff that's going on in the United States? Because
nothing's being done about the kids in the United States.
Right. They're not talking about CPS still stealing our kids every day in and day out, taking a child a minute away from homes. They're not talking about any of that. They're not talking about the fraud that's going on with the caseworkers, that they're all taking the Title the Title IV funding. They're not talking about any of that stuff, but yet they surround it all the time. But why are they not? Why is it that it is not made public that they're stealing our kids at a rate of a child a minute? And on the Tiffany Punisher show, we found out that it's even faster than that. It's like every 60 seconds or every 50 seconds or something. So why is it that all of this other stuff is big news? These kids missing, the kids that are in the cages, and all that stuff is big news. We have kids in the cages right here in the United States. We have all of this stuff going on. And yet they're still not saying that they're stealing our kids right here in the United States of America. Why is that?
Because there's not enough attention from all the states about the issue. It's a big elephant in the room.
Don't think there's an issue because they're all receiving money from this stuff. No one's going to complain about something if they're making so much money from it, right? No one's going to say a damn thing about it.
But the person that's going to complain has got to be the people.
Right.
The people, the parents. The parents are not complaining enough in all the states.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
So it's not about the money because the parent. When you get a child stolen, you're not making money. If you're getting your child stolen, you're making millions of dollars. You're not going to say nothing. You're getting your child stolen, and you're not making anything. But there's not enough people making a big deal about it.
I mean, how many does it have to be? Because I mean, there's a massive amount of parents. I mean, there's 4,000 to 5,000.
Sure, but these parents obviously are not making a big deal. I'm big enough that it's to set it for.
Right. How do we do this?
You have to group together. States have to get together, and you have to have. I want to use the word rallies, but I think it's got to be bigger than that. People got to really have to yell.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And yell for not the steering as much as the reform of the system.
Right. Or to take the system down and rebuild it, as I keep
Yeah.
saying that I
No,
want to do.
no. Just going back to the border. Here's what I observe, and I only live 2.5 hours, maybe 3, from the border. I mean, I could literally drive down and bang on the fence. And I can tell you right now that the Border Patrol, they're not stopping people. They act like concierge.
Right. Just get them
As
in the right
people come
direction.
across,
Right.
as they come across, they take their names or whatever. They give them tags. They put them on buses or whatever, and they go wherever they're going to go around the United States because they're claiming asylum.
Right.
So I don't see Border Patrol doing Border Patrol. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right. They're doing more the Department of DHHS, right? Is that what you're saying? They're doing the
Yeah,
intake.
they're not doing Border Patrol, stopping people from coming across the border.
Right.
They're letting the people come across, and they're just taking their names, and then the people know exactly what to say about how they're claiming asylum or what have you, and then they let them into the country. So
And
I don't see Border Patrol doing anything.
they're letting them come across because they're stealing their kids too because of the price of the children on this stuff. I mean, that's the reality of it here. That's the reality that all of this basically goes back to child trafficking. That's what they got free. Look at, they're able to steal our kids. We know this because they take our kids from me, for instance. They TPR me. I don't know where my daughter is now, right? So she goes missing. Who the hell's going to find her? Nobody, because nobody's going to say that she's missing. Nobody will know that she's missing.
Except, yeah, you don't even know if she's missing because you don't know where she's at.
Right. So they're never going to announce that she's missing. She's never going to be sought after like she would be if it was from the home. All of this stuff is just, they have built the best trafficking machine that you could possibly do. And they've done this now they're doing this with immigration. They're doing it with people in the United States. And this thing is even bigger than that.
I think it's very, very big.
Because the question is where are all these children, right? They try to say that there's a 50% reunification rate. Well, how the hell is there that when there's only like 12 or 14,000 reunifications out of 50 something or out of 400 something? It's not 50 something percent. They're lying about the math that they do. This is asinine.
Yes. And it also depends on who's doing the statistics.
Agree with that. Absolutely. It's freaking, it boils me so much that this is what goes on and that this can go on and that everybody just turns a blind eye to it in the United States. And it just, oh man, doesn't it just make me so mad?
I understand.
You know, like what is it?
Well, there's no more children young at the border. I mean, they don't have children in cages at the border. They did. The children are coming over and they're going to the States. They're going to Chicago, California, New York. They're traveling with their parents. They're not in cages at the border like they were several years ago.
Right. I hope not, but even if they were, you know, like this problem is too big and there's too many people that are not out there saying that this is what's up and this is what's going on. There's not enough noise.
Yeah. I agree.
Here, I'm gonna play let's see here. Look at this. Let's see.
I know when you're talking about the children in the cages. Under the previous administration, they separate the parents from the children, and the children were in cages.
Listen. Hey, Herbert, take the reins from me for a second, will you? Talk about some
Okay.
CPS. I'll be right back.
Okay, folks, I could talk to you. I'm still learning a lot from listening to you guys. In order to communicate, you're going to have to type. I'll read and respond. That's what I can do while Darren's gone right now. But I do believe that, yes, hello. How you doing, CPS Tennessee, is it? TN? How are you? So I'm concerned about parents. I'm concerned about children. I'm concerned about what children are learning or not learning in school and how they're being treated. You know, and it's just a lot going on. Separate from the parents. Okay, Young, you were talking about the children that were separated from their parents. Yeah, they were. And they were separated from their parents during the previous administration. But now they're not, because when they come across the border, they stay with their parents and they are shipped around to different parts of the United States. You wanted to talk. I heard you wanted to talk. I'm not sure what you meant by that. Gunnar, hello. Hey. Hi, Debbie. How you doing? So, has there been any happiness?
Yeah, that's Gunnar.
Amongst you guys?
That's Gunnar right there, Herbert. Yeah. What's going on, Gunnar? How are you? We wanted to get you in on the show. I don't know if you wanted to come in with us tomorrow night, maybe. Tonight's a little bit probably quick talking, but tomorrow night we'd love to have you on the show, either on this show or on this Punisher and Tiff, or both of them. But tomorrow night we have a lawyer, so tomorrow night if you wanted to be on this show with us, that would be really awesome to have you come in and chat with us a little bit. That would be amazing. Herb, he's got that show. He's got this show right here. Check this out. He's got Exposed Tennessee, CPS Tennessee. He does quite a
Exposed CPS Tennessee says hello.
Yeah, that's this guy Gunnar right here. Let's see. I'll show you what he does. He does some good stuff, man.
Exposed CPS Tennessee says absolutely what time? What time
right, so
do you want to expose CPS?
Have him come in for us. We'll have him come in for us at 8:30 tomorrow night.
What time Eastern? It will be 8:30 Eastern.
So what time? Yeah. So yeah, he has his own channel, man. He's doing well. I mean, he's cranking up subscribers.
Do you have a flavor or an example of his show that you can share with us?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on right now for us. Check this out. He's real stone cool hard facts. Where is he? Here we go.
Of Child Protection in America is something published by John E.B. Myers, A Short History of Child Protection in America. This is going to give you the history from the very beginning of when they first started back in 1935 all the way to what it is current today. Now, here's the dark side of it that most people don't want to deal with. What you're going to take and look for in this, you can find this online, is you're going to look for the Global Down Syndrome Foundation. And this is a report that they put out, the Down Syndrome Human and Civil Rights Timeline is what you're going to look for. This here. What this talks about is sanitariums. So when we had people that had Down syndrome, autism, neurodivergent people that didn't seem to fit in society, they would come take them at birth or as they developed, and they would remove them and put them in sanitariums. Now, the dark side of this, and it even talks about Nashville, Tennessee, that they would conduct or they would make extra money from big pharma companies to test their drugs on human subjects. Yeah, human subjects. Second off, there were several cases of pedophilia and rape that were happening to these people that were there, and those children that were born, especially it talks about in Tennessee, the one outside Nashville that was shut down. Yeah, they took those kids, unregistered kids, and sent them to California. That's right, Hollywood. Oh, wait, what's going on currently? Hollywood's being exposed for pedophilia rings? How are they getting their kids? That's right, the Department of Children and Family Services that ran the sanitariums. Now, there was two schools of thought. One was people like that doesn't need to live in our society, hence they need to be in a sanitarium. The other school of thought was those people need to learn to live within our society and be a productive part of our society. That took and was the change that happened under Ronald Reagan that shut down the sanitariums across the country, or until people began to age out and then everything shut down. Well, imagine this. These are businesses. They lost a ton of money when they shut down the sanitariums. For the drug companies to experiment, let alone the amount of children that they were breeding, out there, the children that were being born out of being raped and all the other things that were there, and those babies seemed normal, or they were doing experimentations, or they were, molesting them, and you're talking about kids of all ages from babies on up into adulthood. I mean, you had people from, read the report in the Down syndrome timeline. It's pretty disturbing. But this is that old regime that thought that when you shut them down, you took their money. So guess what they got into? That's right, Child Protective Services. That's right, your CPS and DCS agents. They ended up shutting down the sanitarium, so we found a way to make more money. Why? Because not all of them in every state is run by the state. Most of them are privatized and subcontract. So what is your initiative to make money? More kids. They found a way to exploit it. Now, you had other people that gave more money to them, like, guess what? Our old buddy Bill Clinton, that's right, one of the acts he took and signed, gave them more money and more funding. Oh, wait, and so did the Obama administration. Now making money off these things. But you see how the cycle goes? You're perpetuating the trafficking of children and the experimentation of children to make a profit for companies. That's why Ronald Reagan and that other school of thought says, no, we need to learn to live with them. But do you know how much they learned the time they did have those kids, how to manipulate them, control them, and get them to do certain characteristics? Who wrote most of those early policies? That's right, folks. The DCFSs that used to run the sanitariums help write the policies for the current CPS and DCS.
So yeah, that's him, man. That's good stuff right there. I love it. I can't wait to talk with him and to get him on here tomorrow night and see what's get some good information from him. I can't wait for that. So tomorrow night at 8:30, make sure you check us out. We are going to be with the Gunner, and Gunner will give us a bunch of good information. So that's going to be awesome.
Sounds good.
So guys, right here, I have this pamphlet. It's a complete guide to reclaiming your child from CPS asserting void ab initio with adjudication. You guys need to check this out. If you want a copy of this tonight, I'll give it away for free on this show. So just put yes in the comments, and I will email you a copy of these. There you go. Keep a comment. You keeping track of that, please. I'll get you guys a copy of this, but after tonight, it's $10. This stuff here is how to get your kids back without adjudication. I'm not a lawyer. Research it for yourself, but this is how you guys need to do it. Amazing piece of. I've been working on this for 2 years, and here it is, folks. It is finally here, and take advantage of it, please. Tonight it's free. Also, don't forget to check out my book on Amazon. Yeah, it is. It's very sickening. It's very sickening what these people do. And I'm very excited to talk to Gunner tomorrow night and field his geniusness and what he knows. And it's going to be a good show tomorrow night. It's going to be a good lineup tomorrow night for everything. For Tiffin the Punisher, we have a lawyer on with us at 6:30 to 8:30. And then tomorrow night here, we will be on from 8:30 to whenever with Gunner. I have a feeling that we might go a little bit long. So I'm going to cut us short a little bit tonight. Just because I feel like tomorrow's going to be a big day and I have a lot to do before then. So guys, make sure tomorrow you join us. It's going to be an amazing, amazing night. An amazing, it's going to be an amazing day, amazing night. And it's going to be a good thing for this channel. So make sure you guys tell as many people as you can about this. Let everybody know that this is what's going on. It's going to be incredible. Let's put the numbers way up there too, so that we can get in that algorithm and make things go for this channel. So get those likes up there, get those things done. I got to make a phone call. I got to talk to Vinny. I got a couple of things we got to do. So I'm going to cut this early tonight for us guys. I know it's we're not used to cutting short, but I'm going to do that for us right now, and we're going to we'll check you guys all tomorrow night. We'll start this run at 6:30, same channel, same everything, Herbert. Tomorrow night, we're going to start early. Yeah, you got it, Gunner. A lot to do. Get prepared for tomorrow. Excited for tomorrow. It's going to be really good stuff, Herbert. So as for tonight,
looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. I'm trying to run this share screen here. And it's not letting me. What's going on here? Why wouldn't it stop me here?
You froze up.
Oh, it wants to.
You froze up.
Yeah, it wants me to. It's trying to throw me out of here. Son of a biscuit. Yeah, my controls don't work, Herbert.
Yeah, you're frozen. I can hear your voice though. It's just frozen.
Yeah. I want you to end it, guys, with the way that we usually end it. This computer's is frozen up. So tomorrow night, 6:30 Eastern time. Tiffin the Punisher kick it off. Some lawyer interviews, and then 8:30 tomorrow night with Exposed CPS Tennessee. It's going to be a great night for all of us. We'll see you all then. Till tomorrow night, keep CPS out of your house, out of your life. It's much better that way.
Hello. I don't know if Darren actually stopped the show or not, but for those of you who may wish to have updated information about the storm, I'm able to do that, and I can send to you. If you contact Darren, get my phone number, and contact me, I can give you an accurate account of what's going on with the storm. Well, Florida officials are telling residents to bunker down. I just saw a flash come across about that. I'm going to assume that, can anybody hear me? If so, type something. Then I know you're still there. Anybody? Darren?
Oh, there we go. I'm back. So now
Darren, yeah, you never left. I don't think you ever left. You're there. You're back. You're alive. You're moving.
I'm here.
I was just telling your viewers that if they want an accurate account of the weather, if they contact you, you give them my phone number. I can send them information, accurate information, right to 10 minutes of what's going on for my aviation weather chart.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Hell yeah. I don't know what's going on with my computer here. So I'm going to try to kick us off while I still can.
Yeah, I didn't think we were kicked off because I was still there and I was still talking.
That's awesome, Herbert. It's not letting me open up my YouTube. It's pissing me off here. All right. Well, everybody, let's try to do this and get us out of here. Let's see if I can do this, Herbert.